I had to open a door because apparently the internet
is choppy.
Darn it! I got it. Hi, we're live.
We're live.
Okay, I'll figure it out. Hold on.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Today is Thursday. We're calling it Throwback Thursday. We got a couple kennels over there. I see. Yeah, you can sit on those.
Yeah.
So
good.
Now, is that a china cabinet?
It's in my bedroom, so I don't think so. I really have no idea what I'm going to do with all this stuff.
Where's your
that
furniture?
Might be a really nice. Somewhere on its way here.
Yeah. So was this one of the estate sales stuff you got?
No, this is built-in. This is a built-in.
Oh, it's a built-in. Gotcha. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
Hey, Sven, how are you?
Hey,
we
Sven.
do.
Hey,
Lisa. All you other people, how we do? That's UK talk. Lisa Diaz, Annette Paz. We got all our people tuning in for Throwback Thursday. You know, if Lisa could throw back to last Thursday, you were still in California, weren't you?
I was still in Cali.
Yeah.
Never would have predicted, but
I get it. I understand. And so, yeah, it's interesting. When we talk about Throwback Thursday, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about this. Ooh, Lord have mercy.
You are smoking.
Listen, on the left-hand side of your screen is my senior high school picture from high school, senior year. And those lapels were in style. For those of you, what the heck is that? And platform shoes were in style. And that suit was with the three-piece, the vest and the whole bit was kicking. And then on the right, I think I was 11 or 12. And it's interesting how pictures are, when you look at pictures and what you remember when you throw back. This is that same picture of my family. And golly, look at the furniture and and I remember that picture, and I remember, if you look at my mom and her hands and how, the matching vest look, I have a tie on. You can't tell it, here hardly, or even in the other picture, but we had these jackets, these hoodie jackets with a shirt and tie, jeans, and my boots on, So
yeah,
when you go back that far, you think, golly, at that time, you're thinking about what time are they serving dinner and when are we going home?
Yeah, for real.
Because I wanted to go back. This is in Danville, Virginia. We lived in Louisville, North Carolina, and I wanted to go back home and hang out with my buddies. So, but then you look back at stuff. I mean, the picture on the left here is the first time that I spoke in front of you would consider a large crowd. I think that I want to say this was right at 1,000 people that I spoke in front of. I was so nervous. I'd spoken in front of 50, 60, 70 people, but that was about right at 1,000 people there, and I was so nervous. But, life is short, follow your passion. And life will absolutely throw you some hardballs, If you think Throwback Thursday to when you were leaving Wisconsin, Lisa, I mean, life was throwing you life was kicking you in the teeth. And then things change. If you look on the right, that's my granddaughter a little over a year ago. And just the look on her face and looking up at me and just, we were going through a tough time up there family-wise. And then stuff changes. I mean, this is last month, I think, and grandkids. And boy, do times change and life changes. And I just kind of put that little slideshow presentation there to let everybody know that I also remember a time when I was living on Lake Norman after going through a divorce, moving out of Louisville over to Charlotte and just to get away and start new, kind of like you did in California, and had money in the bank. And then next thing you know, I go get my credit card to swipe it in there, and I got no money, and the IRS is taking all my money because of a previous business deal that I did with a crook who ripped me off. But I made a mistake and signed a paper a year later without consulting an attorney. And next thing you know, I'm living on Lake Norman in a beautiful 1.3 acre lot on the water, 280 foot of waterfront, dock, boat, and can't. People say you want to go out. I didn't have money to put gas in the boat. So I said, let's just hang out on the dock today. I got some hot dogs we can grill, some bologna sandwiches.
Alan, you joke about it, and in a way, it's just trying to find humor in the reality of things that happen in life. And I mean, gosh, I do remember days when I didn't want anybody to know what a hole I was in and what was going on in my life. So, I would just fake it, whatever I could.
Fake it till you make it. And it kind of brings me to the point talking about Throwback Thursday. Everybody has a past, and everybody has issues, and everybody has things happen to them. And those of you who are struggling in your business right now or working to get things going or not where you want to be, hey, Michelle Brick, hey, Allison, hey, Lori, realize that we've all been there. We've all been there. I was listening to a sermon this morning, and he was talking about people who, you see it a lot of times where people say, I've got an unspoken prayer request. An unspoken prayer request. And I wonder, like, well, how bad is it? That it's unspoken. You're afraid to share it,
Yeah, right.
And sometimes it's tough. And so a lot of times we go, yeah, okay, well, there's one of those unspoken prayer requests, but you never know what people are going through.
You don't. And to that point, I know we talked and joked about me not having furniture and that my stuff's still sitting in LA. For me, it's really been I'm going to say reality check, but just what's really important. So your furniture's in LA. So we went to an estate sale and picked up a couple pieces. We have food, we have our health, we've got the opportunity to stay connected with everybody and do our thing. And you got it. It really, you have to sit back and think of what are your priorities and what's so important. Your health. And thank God we have the company and the products that we have to keep our health good, whether you want to go run with this business or not. You can change people's lives just with what we have at our fingertips. And we forget that. And I say that with 3 fingers back at me.
Yeah. So, people are, I had somebody, what made me kind of think about this is I was talking to somebody last night after doing a live event for a group, a private group. And they had technical difficulties, kind of like you were having earlier, and they couldn't get on. They couldn't get on the call, and they got cut off. And it was me and 2 other people going to be speaking to this new group, and so they couldn't get on, and they were just freaked out and panicked about it. But you're right. I mean, they're struggling right now. And I said, hey, we've all been there. We have an amazing opportunity here for people who have unspoken prayer requests. I mean, who's seen those on social media? Who's seen those and who's gotten those in text messages? Who's gotten those? There's hundreds and thousands of you don't know what those are. They might be, hey, a lot of times it's health issues. But I'm going to say that probably 90% of the time it's either health issues or financial issues. Health issues could be anxiety, could be PTSD, could be stress, could be cancer, could be lots of different things. Talked to somebody yesterday who has Crohn's disease in Hawaii, and he's an attorney from Alaska, but he's visiting in Hawaii with one of our members down there, and he said, I've been battling this since I was in my 20s. And he's tried everything there is to try except going organic, keeping the hormones and antibiotics out of his meat, out of his fish, and drinking spring water. And he goes, I tried everything else. And I said, well, let's talk about these things. And taking the bad out with detoxing his body and putting the good in. When he was 22 years old, the oil spill in Alaska, y'all young ones don't know what we're talking about, but there was a huge tanker ship, right?
Yeah.
wrecked,
Yeah, that was.
spilled millions of gallons of oil all over Alaska. And he said, I was right in the midst of that, helping clean up and the toxins and the chemicals we were using. And he says, and ever since then, I've never been the same. Yeah. And I said, have you ever detoxed? Is that Tommy Tom?
No, talk about Throwback Thursday. And we've talked about this before. In the other business I was in, one of the gals on my team became a very dear friend of mine, and she lives here in Atlanta. So she just came up here to see the house. So
did she bring furniture?
She didn't bring furniture, but she brought her beautiful self, and I'm thrilled.
Nice.
I'm on Facebook Live quick. So, but that's the other thing about doing the business we do, the friendships you make and the connections you make and the lifetime friends. Yeah. So sorry to interrupt that, but she just.
No, listen, that plays right into what I was going to say. And that is this, is no matter what your unspoken prayer is today, is I want you to know that we here at Team Elevation, here at Team Touchstone, we're here for you. We're here for you. We've all been there. And we've all had tough times. We've all struggled. We've all started out new in a business. We've all been, where you are. Wherever it is you are, there's some of us that have been there before. And so we just want you to know that no matter what your throwback is, no matter what your past is, no matter what you're going through today, no matter what your unspoken prayer is, we're here for you.
And you guys, we are here for you. All of us are. And if we sit here and talk about this house, because I know we've talked about this for a long time and people are probably sick of it. You moved. Yeah, you got a house on a lake. But it's not that long ago that I remember the day when I had nothing and I didn't even know how I was going to pay my next bill and feed my kids and go through it. And when you get on the other side of it, you realize that's why I went through this. So I could really, really feel what these people are feeling and really be there to help people from the truth. And you've been on the same walk, and there's a reason we have to go through it. So
yeah, but you don't have to go through it alone.
No.
It doesn't matter if you live alone. Sometimes, you don't live alone, but you feel alone. Sometimes you can be in a crowd of people and feel alone. Sometimes you just feel like you're alone, and sometimes you live alone. But listen, we're here for you. This team is here for you. These people are here for you. We love you. We appreciate you. We know that life will kick you in the teeth and knock you down. And as Les Brown says, if it knocks you down, land on your back so you can see up, because if you can see up, you can get up.
Love it.
And we're going to get there.
Yeah, we are.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Tell them we said hello.
Yep. All right.
All right.